Was having a stroke, would you know how to spot the warning signs? What if that person was you? Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a stroke. And the woman you are about to meet is sharing her scary experience so the rest of us can be prepared. It was December 22nd, 2013. Like every other morning, Laura Pugh's alarm went off.
I went to grab my phone and my arm just flopped.
Thinking her arm was asleep, Laura went to stand up.
My right leg, it was the same feeling. It wouldn't support my weight.
She stumbled to the bathroom to take a shower.
I somehow managed to get shampoo into my right hand, and I had to lift my arm up with my other hand. And when I put my hand on my head, it just slid down my head, and I just started crying.
Years ago, a friend had told Laura about the warning signs of a stroke and the acronym FAST, which stands for face drooping, arm weakness, speech slurred, and time to call 911. But instead of calling 911, Laura called her mom, who lived almost 2 hours away.
She said, "Don't do anything, I'll be right over."
By the time they got to the hospital, a CAT scan confirmed what Laura already knew.
It was a serious stroke, and I was lucky to be alive.
Alive, but impaired. Laura returned home, now a stroke survivor.
But I had to learn how to write again, to dress myself again. I had long hair about down to here when I had my stroke, and I didn't know how long it would take, so I cut all my hair off. Oh my God!
To regain her strength, Laura turned to exercise. An avid runner before her stroke, she was determined to run again.
And for them to tell me that I would probably never run again and I'd only get to 65%, it was a punch in the gut.
She changed her diet using food as fuel, documented her daily workouts on Instagram, and became an ambassador for the American Heart and Stroke Association, offering encouragement and hope for other stroke survivors. 4 months after her stroke, Laura did what doctors told her she couldn't do. She ran and completed the Washington, D.C. half marathon.
It was the best feeling in the world. I felt like I would fully recover at that point, and that I could inspire other stroke survivors to never give up and to keep pushing and just motivate them to keep trying.
On the left is what Laura's handwriting looked like a month after her stroke. On the right is what it looked like a year later.
And I keep that page where I'm learning to write again. I still have it, and I look at it, and it's like an out-of-body experience.
These days, Laura continues to run, and now counts her milestones in medals and in memories she's making with her husband, Aaron, and their 2 dogs, Peppa and Poppy. Laura doesn't know what caused her stroke, but says surviving it has given her life new purpose.
It brought me closer to my family and to my friends, because I really appreciate life now, and I appreciate my health.
She also appreciates her role as educator and advocate, a stroke of inspiration she hopes others can learn from.
I should have called 911, and if I could implore anyone to do something in the future, it'd be call 911 right away. Don't wait.
Now, since Laura's stroke likely happened in the middle of the night while she was sleeping, doctors were not able to administer a clot-busting drug at the hospital that can reverse some of the damage that a stroke causes. However, in many cases, when a stroke does happen, the sooner a person is able to get to the hospital, the better their chances of surviving and minimizing the damage of the stroke. So remember that acronym of the stroke warning signs. We're going to put it up on your screen again. It's FAST. It stands for face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty or slurred speech, and T is time to call 911 because it's so important. If you have just one of those symptoms, call 911. You don't have to have all 3 at once. Laura's so fun to talk to because she's been through so much. And what she wanted to share with people is there are resources out there if you are a stroke survivor. You are not alone. The American Heart Association, which she is a part of, an ambassador, is a great place to start so you can reach out and know there are others who are dealing with that, because you can fall into a deep depression. You can have lots of other serious issues as a result.
I was going to say it's a good thing to talk to your parents about, but she's young. It's a good thing to talk to everybody
38
about,
when it
right?
happened,
And
right?
try to remember fast, right? The face drooping. But I think a lot of people's tendency is, I don't want to call the doctor, or it might not be that big a deal.
That was Laura.
Yeah, exactly. So that's so great she talked, and really shows how important time is.
Yeah, just
right?
to remember that. And fast is easy to remember,
Yeah.
right? So just put it in the back of your mind. You never know if you'll need it.
All right. Let's check it with